Hi, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I just did a Divine Masculine read. Now I'm going to do a Divine Feminine from the Divine Feminine perspective. So it's some of the same energies. So you can also read about the Divine Feminine in that report as well. But for the Divine Feminine, I'm going to do the Oracle cards. I did my numerology deck and the Romance Angel cards for the Divine Masculine installment, and I'm going to do the Oracle cards I usually do for the Divine Feminine. So today is the 12th. And as I said in the Divine Masculine, the 12th is the Hangman. 12 is the Hangman. The day adds up to 31, which is the 5 of Wands, which is that expansion, change, conflict energy. It can be competition as well. But it really is all about expansion within. If you're hanging out as the Hangman, trying to see things from a different perspective, being wise, you might have conflict at home, you might have inner conflict, or wherever you're hanging out, you might be having conflict. But it's not like an outwardly, I'm not feeling it like a whole bunch of people. You know, it's probably limited to a few people. But there definitely can be some of that energy going on. And by the way, before I forget, there's a meteor shower tonight. After midnight, if you want to go out and see, it's supposed to be beautiful. Stars and fireballs tonight after midnight. And it's supposed to be very good because the sky's dark because the new moon. For the Divine Feminine, the energy today was all about karma. The number 6 for the Lovers came up, as well as 44, 88, and 1010. And 1010 came up multiple times, 44, 88, all of those numbers. From my coding, I was getting information about creativity and rebirth. And I got Fee Fi Fo, save me. And it's interesting because Fee Fi Fo Fum is I smell the blood of an Englishman, and Stainthorpe is my last name, is English, but it's not my native last name, it's my maiden name. I mean, it's my married name. But it's funny that it's I smell the blood of an Englishman because Stainthorpe is English. But Fee Fi Fo Fum, instead of that, it's saying Fee Fi Fo, save me. Okay, so a lot of people were reaching out for help. 5, literally, I was getting for yesterday, for serious adverse events, you know, for heartbreak and people who are struggling for new life. I was also getting 5 for essay, like an essay, like a written essay, but then I was getting essay because my brother had just sent me his DNA report, so that's an essay as well. But then I got typhoid Mary, so if that anything comes up for you, let me know. I haven't had time to go through the DNA report, so if anything comes up from that, I'll let you know. Because that could relate to my mother's genes, too, because my mother is Mary. So, yeah, let me know if anything comes up for you as far as that. For the Divine Feminine, I'm getting the Divine Masculine in his cave, running from the pure love of the Divine Feminine, hiding his mental chatter. I was getting the King of Wands energy, so it can be the Divine Masculine, but this is someone who's making their presence known. Like it's not even they're casually watching, they are honing in like this, like staring down. And I'm getting this for the Masculine a lot, where the King of Wands energy, it could be a Leo that keeps coming up, is just watching in. I also get it as Metatron sometimes, like, you know, because he's getting on the Divine Masculines to get it together. But someone intensely watching, making his presence known. But I was getting that sexual growth energy in heartbreak, finding truth and balance. So that sexual energy, so what the Divine Feminine went through potentially is what the Divine Masculine is going through now, with the sexual energy and the heartbreak feelings and finding truth and balance within, coming back into their power. I was getting the karmic energy coming up, the Queen of Wands, not in their truth. But I was getting an Empress coming up with no options but to lead the way out of the cold. So the Empress would be an older person, or it could be It could be a partner or an ex-partner, but someone, it's usually be the mother of the children, or the mother of the Divine Masculine, or a mother-in-law, or it could be the Divine Feminine as well. So the Empress without option, but to lead the way out of the cold. I was definitely picking up some Divine Masculines divorced, feeling injured and cold and left behind, but again, trust is coming up for the Divine Feminine. And this is the Divine Feminine's read, but this is coming up in the Divine Feminine's read. So Divine Masculine got trust as well. So you're being called to have faith, okay? Trust. Don't watch the 3D stuff, because it's an illusion. There's going to be a jump of timeline, okay? The lovers are exposed, or a third party is exposed. And I was getting for some a picture of them together, so if the Divine Masculine's cheating and not broken up with someone yet, that a picture of them together, of the person he's cheating with, is coming up. And then I was also getting that now some other Divine Masculines can now picture him and his Divine Feminine together. So there's a lot of work and burden to offer something healthy after exposing what the Divine Feminine has exposed to them, and feeling less than on the Divine Feminine side. But this is the Divine Masculine's perspective within your read, okay? And then just getting, like the Divine Masculine's feeling bad for what he's kind of pushed the Divine Feminine to do, where everyone else who just lets it all hang out and the Divine Feminine can't, because she's been holding all this in all this time. Manifestation was coming up. And then a Divine Masculine energy as the King of Pentacles, so in their business life, definitely was energy of coming up as fly away on a wing. He wants to fly away on a wing in a prayer. And then the song I'm Sailing Away came up again. I'm sailing away. Yeah, that one. Okay, so fly away on a wing in a prayer, and I'm sailing away, looking to the skies under a tiki hut in the rain, with Chinese lanterns held up by bamboo, and coins at and spare change at his feet. A violet flower ladybug, and more Chinese lanterns of emerald green, teal blue, and race car red adorned by gold. And these specific details I was being called to bring up because they're important. So I'm going to say that away because there's a lot. I'm going to say, and I can't talk today, so there's some throat chakra issues for sure. I've been struggling a little bit this week. So the Divine Masculine wants to fly away on a wing in a prayer. I'm sailing away, looking to the skies under a tiki hut in the rain, with Chinese lanterns held up by bamboo, and coins at his feet, or spare change being thrown at his feet, so he doesn't care if he loses a few coins. A violet flower ladybug, and more Chinese lanterns of emerald green, teal blue, and race car red adorned by gold. He is very wounded and has little fight left. And then I got 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands. So 9, 10, begin again. This is when they confess and drop all the wounds. Rebirth. The wands are dropped in a strong, bold move, in a powerful confession. So it could be the Divine Feminine's confession or the Divine Masculine's confession. And then as I turned the page, I wrote down, it's the darkness before the dawn, and that's 10-10, and it was literally 10-10, okay? And I heard near the end, right when I wrote the tiki stuff down, near the end, darkness before the dawn. So the Queen of Swords energy has come. So this is somebody who's very in their truth, but also guarded. You know, it's the widow energy. But they're very powerful and articulate, and just in their knowing, in their truth, they're illuminated. Has become master manifester, offering learning, research, projects. I went to write projects, and it came up product. So there may be products that you need to come up with, or you have come up with them already, and it's time to launch them. And also invitations. Being a student of energy, enlightened and ready to pull the switch, the Divine Feminine. Justice served on a rose gold platter. with trust. So, okay, trust was really important for both the Divine Masculine and Feminine today. To have faith. Let go. That's the surrender, letting go. You're not concerned because you know the universe has your back. Centrally, the Divine Masculine or the Divine Feminine is expressing passionate feelings of their fantasy soulmate. Also, though, broken vows and spirituality and thinking outside the box and offering love and dropping the facade. Okay, so being real, raw. The Divine Feminine may be challenged by emotions coming full circle, and letting go of those old sadness energies and releasing because they've been in them for so long. It's like an old friend they don't want to let go. So that's coming up, the release of all that. Passion quickly expanding to X. X marks the spot. So the X of the Divine Masculine may start to feel now the Divine Feminine, and there may be some jealousy coming up because of that. But X, if that means anything to anyone in their X marks the spot, let me know. And standing on the grass in front of their garden or their woods, that is their protective energy, because they don't need protection, they just need natural things around them, nature, that kind of thing. Soon I'm seeing union coming up again, so for the past few days, it's all that energy has been coming up very clearly. Slow to start, but remember that inspiration comes out of the retrograde motion. There is propulsion there that comes out of all of these retrograde planets. So as you go retrograde and then you come back, it's like that reset, like pulling back and then letting go, okay? So there's propulsion out of this retrograde motion as all the planets start releasing. There's a recharge and a reset. During the retrograde, one flame so people who are, oh, I see, okay. During the retrograde, of the 4 flames of the union, there's only going to be one flame, because it's like the other 3 flames have to dim in order for people to disconnect and find justice, renewing their passions when Mercury and then Mars go direct. So Mercury goes direct on the 18th, I believe. Yeah, 18th for Mercury. Mars goes direct on the 27th. And then Saturn goes direct on September 6th and Pluto on September 30th. And so that's a lot of clearing, and through October 18th when Venus goes retrograde again. So all of these retrogrades are very important. I know personally the Mars retrograde going direct is going to be very important for me, but it just depends on where your natal placements are. So Mars is going direct in Capricorn at 28 degrees on the 27th of this month. So that'll be a big move forward, because Mars is the planet of action, okay? So, and it's very passionate. It's physical passion. And that's the energy of the masculine. The Divine Feminine sexual energy is the sensuality, whereas the masculine sexual energy is the aggression, okay? So that's that Mars energy. And right at that time that I'm writing this down about Mars, it was 10:27, and my male was at 24:34, and 24 is the Queen of Wands, which is that very sexual energy, and 34 is the 8 of Wands, which is that very passionate, the arrows of love energy, expressing your feelings of love and passion. And then I got a nice little personal message for myself. Mercury goes retrograde, goes direct, or it stations on August 18th in 23 degrees of Leo. It's like the eclipse breaks with Mercury retrograde. So as the eclipse is basically starts the propulsion of Mercury going direct and then Mars going direct. It's like building up speed into September. And Copenhagen came up. I don't know what it relates to, but Copenhagen. So if it relates to any of you guys, please say so in the comments. And so continuing in the read, the Divine Feminine is feeling that she is about family happiness, that she has learned to be, again, free with an open heart in union, but not messaging right now. Or maybe you may be messaging too much back and forth with friends because it's distracting you from what you're doing, what your mission is. But the Divine Feminine is happy and feeling she's in her power, and she understands what her happiness is. And knowing that she's in union, even if she's not physically, with her partner right now. Because there's always communication there. Even if they don't reply, they're still communicating. And everyone has different abilities, whether it's their claircognizance, their clairsentience, their clairvoyance, their clairaudience. Everyone has a different combination of abilities and strengths. So they're going to receive their messages in different ways, and that's okay. Don't expect, and don't compare yourself to other people, because your mission is going to be different than someone else's, and the way you're going to express it is going to be different. And each one has its specific purpose, and each one is just as important as the other. And don't forget that you are lovable. So honeymoon comes up, and you deserve love. Just as you are, boobs and all, okay? So around me, around the Divine Feminines, it's coming up as the Divine Masculine, all about work still. Grounding, but it's like lightning details about the stars coming up, a train of stars, an alignment of stars. So there may be something about stars that the Divine Masculine wants to do for the Divine Feminine. Feeling sovereign, though not feeling well. So it's getting, there may be things that the Divine Feminine is doing or not doing, like if they're not eating well, the Divine Masculine may be asking them to eat better because they're feeling it. And also then I was getting some more codes, like a DNA code, so I have to figure out what that is. So make sure, so when you're eating certain things, you might want to pay attention to how your body is responding. Are you getting connection from your twin? Because they may be trying to tell you to eat something or not to eat something. And then I was getting a thumbs up. Oh, for ice cream. To just have ice. Crystal clear. Or, so my twin was threatening to lock me in the Rapunzel Tower if I don't stop eating ice cream. So that was kind of funny, okay? So brick was coming up so much for me this week. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. But it wasn't just, it was about, because I got goodbye yellow brick road. So it's about the yellow brick road. So some may be saying goodbye to yellow brick road, some people may be following the yellow brick road. And I was getting Route 88 as well, and half of 88, 44, so all those numbers kept coming up, and 22 again. For the Divine Feminine, someone might need to clear a block about fish. I don't know if that's eating fish, or being around fish, or fishing. Maybe they have an issue with fishing. But clear blocks of fish. And it might have to do with preparing fish, but finding peace with dolphins. And then I was also getting guided to grid points. I think I was being shown a specific grid point for myself, actually, at the ocean. And it was coming up because I think I said it on one of my videos, that I was being shown to go east and slightly north, and I was being shown that again today. And then brick came up again too, because there's a brick beach area near me in Jersey. And then Asbury Park came up for any of you who are Springsteen fans. But brick and Asbury Park, and then ley lines and the longitude and latitudes for them. And Neptune came up as well. And then I came across the 7th Trumpet website, which talks about the 144,000, and also the stones of the walls of Jerusalem. So it's kind of interesting if you're interested. That was the seventh trumpet. So to clear blocks of peace, of anger, of exhaustion, of being defensive or offensive, being too emotional and not detaching from your emotions, right? And also of not being grounded, to make sure you keep grounding every day. And also could be greed too, for those divine feminines who, you know, are very much into holding on to their money, to let go of it. Okay? So it's just a reminder to keep working on your blocks. Rebirth and creativity were very important coming up. Also is getting the divine feminine's birthdays. And this is when I was getting some very specific codes for myself, actually, in numbers. And I actually have a date I was given. So it's very interesting. Definitely was getting, for a lot of you, you're definitely more than halfway there. So, and for a lot of you, much more than halfway there. So you're very close. And again, I was bringing, I was getting the right inner elbow, like here, and then the right inner knee, like right above the knee on the inner side, as specific points about for something. So I don't know if it's hurting someone, and they need to just put some acupressure, or just pressure points, you know, or just massage it out. So inner elbow, right, it was coming up on the right, and then the left inner knee. I'm picking up that the divine masculine has changed timelines. And some of them have definitely freed themselves for growth and to wake their divine feminine up. And it can be vice versa too, the divine feminine trying to wake the divine masculine up. But it was like I was being shown that the heartbreak now is changing back from the divine feminine now to the karmic energy. Because some of you may have heard about this before, but you can have your essence on the karmic energy. So the divine masculine was always drawn to the karmic energy because the karmic had some of your essence on them. So it's like when this timeline switches, your essence comes back to you. You're calling it back in all of your power. So the karmic no longer has your essence anymore as they fall away from the divine masculine. It doesn't feel about the karmic the way he used to when she would have your essence on her. Okay, but I was still getting then, like there's a snake hovering and it was coming up. It doesn't have to be all the karmics. Some of the karmics are very nice people, but there are some snakes hovering. I was getting prisoner of war is awakened. Sleeping Beauty, new life as the rays shine down, and I was getting 6 rays. And then I was getting that I had a specific calculation of like when you get to 6 rays, that's when you're ready. But that's, you know, it's going to be different for everybody. But I was definitely being guided to use this for a calculation for myself, and it was so cool how the numbers come out because they repeat themselves over and over. But also the 22 and 24 were coming up again as very important numbers, 22 and 24. And 22 is the Fool and 24 is the Queen of Wands. By standing your ground for the divine feminine, and even gardening, it's advising, you know, to get your hands in the dirt for grounding purposes. to help you get over pain cycles, any loss of maybe divine feminines who are still with their karmics, to get over loss of any money from that marriage or that relationship and the status that you had from that. There may be a King of Cups energy that has detached or is over emotional or is alcoholic in your life, sexually frustrated. Okay, so now for the divine feminine, it was all about karma, but the lotus, the pink, the water. It's like the divine masculine is blocked from coming to peace due to foolish behavior exposed in aftermath of a tower moment. So something big happened already. So there's cleanup going on now. And there's definitely been exposure for some divine masculines. But also the divine feminine, who has passionate feelings, may also receive judgment for a soulmate fantasy by business partners, but also getting for the divine masculine sleeping with the enemy. But the divine feminines could also be in this situation with karmics. But it's definitely all about a new love twin. It's being shown, though, that the divine masculine still has some karma because of the energy stealing situation, but he's blocked from receiving karma due to his being a twin. And it's like, you know, that some divine masculines may not be able to, you know, become aroused for their karmic partners now. But the karmic partner can still have karma, but the divine masculine, I'm being shown, does not have karma. I've been standing okay, so about the sexual energy. For the divine feminine, who is, you know, we're talking about standing your ground at the garden. Standing your ground about sharing that sexual energy, no longer allowing it, freeing yourself from the past and waking the divine masculine up to new growth together. So when the prisoner of war awakens, the game is over. That's what I was getting, literally. When the prisoner of war awakens, game over. Gates are all open and the sun shines in. The light rays on the diamond in the rough. The Excalibur is expanded. The truth. Everything becomes locked out. No one can touch. It's like you're in a bubble of light. So this is talking about union coming in. No manipulation, no sexual frustration, no defensiveness, no suffering or greed. So it's getting, basically, in summary, the man cave is the divine masculine's heart, is dealing with justice right now, as the divine feminine is feeling her happy family, building castles in the sky, so the divine masculine can see you that way, is building castles in the sky, but still burdened by the arrows of love, or the flames of love, and they build a sea through the woods, but it's there in a beautiful kitchen with a flame entrance, and the rest is a surprise. So it's just saying everything's coming together, but just allow it to unfold naturally. So I don't want to go into specific dates of anything. You don't need to look at outcomes. You need to trust and have faith in your knowing that everything's working out just as it's supposed to. And I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you. Yeah, so dolphins was coming up. So I don't know if some of you are going on vacation, or you may be going on a vacation, or just by water if you live by water. Dolphins were coming up as important. And again, listen to dolphin sounds, because it's really super relaxing. Okay. And again, if anyone can decode this, I'll give them a free reading. This is a code. If you can decode this, I'll give you a free read. Okay. So, for the divine feminine, twin flames, the organic divine feminine twin flames, and we're using the Ascension deck. For the the organic divine feminine twin flame. We have Commander Ashtar and the Huna prayer. And the bottom is Archangel Metatron, number 27. The affirmation for that is I attune to Archangel Metatron today. So that maybe when the divine feminine connects with Metatron, it's going to be helpful for the divine masculine, because I've been getting Metatron as governing over the masculines, okay? So Commander Ashtar is number 39. Okay, 39 is the Knight of Cups. It is a 3 of self-expression, coming together, socialization. Commander Ashtar is in charge of the intergalactic fleet, spaceships that patrol and protect the universe. His mothership enters Earth through Machu Picchu, I can never say it, Machu Picchu, the two-way interdimensional portal that he oversees. Commander Ashtar is connecting with you through this card and inviting you to view the planets, stars, and galaxies with cosmic eyes. Breathe in the subtle energy and wisdom of the stellar world and allow it to affect your chakra system and ignite your consciousness. You are blessed, for this is a card of expanded enlightenment and a call to intergalactic service. And I'm feeling you guys with a little bit in the throat chakra right now. I connect with Commander Ashtar to serve the universe. So maybe some of you are feeling a little blocked or resistant to connecting. Maybe some of you are struggling to connect right now. But just to not compare yourself to anyone else, where anyone else is. Just keep meditating every day, and just know that it comes back around. It's very natural to go in and out of the connection, okay? You're going to have very strong connection with the 5D, and then you're going to be tested on it, on what you've learned. So don't be worried about that. Okay? And the other card that came out is the Huna prayer. Number 8, the Strength card. Inner strength and outer strength. It's the Infinity, manifestation. The High Priest Hermes took his tribe from Atlantis to Hawaii, where he established the Kahuna tribe and taught the tribe the Huna prayer as follows. First, address your prayer to an angel or master of your choice. State your request 3 times in positive terms, and sit with your palms up and say, "May the rain of blessings fall." So be it. Repeat this for 30 days, then stop. Watch for signs from the universe and take action at any time if it feels right. Your guidance is to start a Huna prayer for some aspect of your life, or continue if you're already engaged in one. And the affirmation is, your Huna prayer. Okay? So that might be helpful for some of you who are just feeling a little lost or missing direction right now. Do that for 30 days. It'll help, draw you back into your meditation. And then for Journey of Love, and I'm definitely feeling the throat chakra. It's really tightening up. So people need to speak up. Not be afraid to ask questions, ask for help. Okay. Okay, so the Organic Divine Feminine Twin Flames. Organic Divine Feminine Twin Flames, what is the guidance? What is the guidance for the Organic Divine Feminine Twin Flames? Okay. The Temple, and we got this week. So they're being very clear this week because the same cards keep coming up over and over. And we got the Ancient Ones on the bottom of the deck. The Ancient Ones is 52. Is it 52? Yeah, 52. And 52 is the Queen of Swords, which came up a lot today. And the Temple of Doom just came up, so it is the Temple. Number 59 is the Five of Swords. And 59 came up in something else today as well. So I'm going to read to you 59. It's about, that's, mental conflict. Okay, and that might have to do with my throat restricting right now. So the Temple, 59. The lover and the beloved meet in sacred space. They take respite from the cares of the world, entering into sanctuary where only they exist. You are in need of this. Meditation, making love, connection and dance, intimacy and surrender into the moment. Your body and soul need to enter into the temple and participate in sacred ceremony. Choose to gift this to yourself. Set aside time. Turn off the computer and mobile telephone. Turn on music and set the lighting. Be in the present moment. Do you remember your body? Ah, yes, here it is. Can you be in its temple with presence and delight? This oracle brings guidance to take time out to smell the flowers, savor the pleasures of life, and renew your connection to the inner lover. Your sensuality wants to come out and play. You're encouraged to explore scent, touch, taste, and feeling. You're encouraged to play with color. What moves you? What brings you into connection with yourself in this moment again? It is the wholeness of divine self-connection in sacred space that will best nourish you now. Love should be given as it is received. On this day, I grant you the love of 1,000 mountain streams and the pleasure of 100 bleats from a newborn baby fawn, for I too cry for love, and like the fawn, I cry with the hunger of being alive. And on this day, I cry for the happiness of giving and the warmth of receiving and the softness of your gentle touch. It is moments like these when I smile for the someone who will always care. Okay, and caring's been coming up a lot this week too, to just show that you care. Okay, so make sure you drink all your water and eat properly. Feel your body when you're eating things to see what your body and your twin's body may or may not want to eat. Get your rest and make sure you get out into nature, okay? Rise and be loved, guys. Take care.